Despite the impeachment saga ending in acquittal, House Democrats are still yet to release one of the transcripts from their closed-door politicians. Joining me right now is Republican Congressman Devin Nunes of California. He is ranking member of the House Intel Committee. And Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us.
Great to be with you this morning.
Yeah, Congressman, let me ask you what happens now, because I know that the Speaker has said she wants to continue investigating President Trump.
Yeah, it's not going to end. They've been doing it since the president was first elected. Just like Senator Scott just said, all the major newspapers in this country, the legacy media owned by the billionaires, they've all been calling for it. So this has been a work in progress, and they imploded with the Russia investigation in a big way because it was a complete hoax. And then they manufactured this new Ukrainian hoax, which, you know, we're starting to get to the bottom of this hoax. And I think as soon as the whistleblower actually gets called, or the supposed whistleblower gets called before the Senate and conducts an interview, you'll be able to fit the pieces in between the Democrats in the House and their staff who met with the whistleblower and this scam that the ICIG is under, who refuses to provide the evidence for his outlandish claims that you didn't need to have firsthand information, you only had to have secondhand information, and that somehow miraculously the form was changed, and then none of those stories actually make any sense. And when you put all that together, I think you're going to find a fake impeachment hoax.
So, Congressman, you have sent a letter to the Inspector General. He has yet to come up with documents that you are asking for. Please tell us what you are reaching out for and why you have yet to see these documents.
Well, we sent the Republican leader, Jim Jordan, and I sent a letter originally in October. We didn't want to get in the middle of the impeachment hoax while we were going through that. We said we're going to come back and revisit this. When it was finally, the impeachment was out of the House, we tried to get a response again at the beginning of January, which I think you broke on your show. So still no response. I mean, he's responding, but he's refusing to provide documentation. So, you know, if indeed that this was not, that the policy wasn't what it said on your form, okay? If indeed that happened, then there has to be emails and drafts of the form that would have been created. And all we're asking is for the ICIG to provide evidence. And remember, IGs, they're really good about getting evidence. That's what they specialize in. So the IG knows damn well what we're asking for.
Okay.
And he's refusing to provide it.
Congressman, stay with us.
That's all we're asking for.
Stay with us. Okay. Quick break. More with you in a minute. Thank you. Welcome back, and I'm back with Congressman Devin Nunes, who sent a letter to IG Michael Atkinson asking for information about the whistleblower and how the IG's office handled the whistleblower in the impeachment. Congressman, do you think we're going to see any accountability here? I mean, there is debate about the president firing Ambassador Vindman, and now there are questions about where this is going. We know what took place in 2016, that Durham has a criminal investigation underway. What about accountability?
Well, look, I believe we're going to get accountability. I believe Durham's going to get to the full story. You see what the president is doing. I've been saying for a long time that the National Security Council that's there at the White House, 400 and some people, he would be best to take all of those people, ship them across the Potomac, quarantine them, get them the hell away from the White House, because we know that a lot of the leaks for the last 3+ years have been coming from that National Security Council. So the president really needs to only have Trump appointees that are close to him in the White House, because we know they're talking to the media. And look, that's really what's caused this problem, Maria. It's been the media. The legacy media in this country, they're not doing their jobs. This whole Russia hoax and Ukraine hoax, they were in on it from the very beginning. They've refused to talk about just how wrong the Democrats really were. You have to ask yourself, why is that? At some point, you have to understand, they're just part of the team. They're part of the socialist left. There's no other excuse for it. If you know, everything that the Republicans in the House have done over the last 3.5 years, you know, you've had John Ratcliffe on, Trey Gowdy, you know, used to come on your show. Now he's a Fox News contributor. We never missed once. Everything we said came out to be true.
I know that.
And had we missed once, just once,
Yeah.
I guarantee you would have held us accountable. So, you know, the fact that they went through this whole hoax, I mean, just think about this for a second. I want the guests to think about it. You've heard us talk about this a lot over the last few months, but the very thing that Adam Schiff and the Democrats in the House accused President Trump of doing, of trying to dig up dirt from foreigners. Okay, that's what the Clinton campaign did. They sent Fusion GPS and Christopher Steele and gathered that dirt. Secondly, you have evidence that the Democrats on the Intelligence Committee, and I know this kind of sounds ridiculous, but it's true.
Yeah.
They tried to get nude pictures of the president. Think about that for a second. So we went through.
It's just extraordinary.
It's extraordinary, and the media doesn't call them out on that. And I think until that happens, we're going to continue to have impeachment games for the rest, all the way through the election.
And throughout 17, 18, 19, I was having you and John Radcliffe and Trey Gowdy, et cetera, all your colleagues on this program every Sunday, and you were exposing what had taken place. And I got slammed in the media. Yeah. You know, the mobs come at you. They do not want to discuss this. I find it extraordinary because I would think anybody on either side of the aisle would want fairness, would want due process in America. And yet,
and we're not going to clean up of this problem in America. We have millions of Americans whose minds are poisoned by the left and the media.
And I know
so until they come out and say
Twitter, McClatchy, you're suing a number of and CNN.
Yeah, well, if the courts don't step in, the courts have got to step in and say, look, no more slander, no more defamation on public officials. And I hope more people bring these cases forward because it's the only way we're going to be able to hold the media accountable. And we need a transparent media in this country, or we're just going to have more impeachment games that are going to be played by Democratic politicians.
Thank you so much. Good to see you, sir.
Thanks,
we will
Maria.
see you soon.